Why are women attracted to a six pack, a muscular physique? Why are they attracted to guys who make a lot of money and drive flashy cars? The reason is because those guys know what they want and they go after it. They make a decision and they go after the thing that they want. And what's sexy about those guys is they're deciders. They decide what they want and they go after it. Now, oftentimes as guys, we fail to go after what we want. We fail to really be sexy because we don't know what we want and we're afraid of making the wrong decisions. We're afraid of getting stuck. We're afraid of getting rejected. We're afraid of other people's opinions of us. We don't want to get too big, but don't want to be too small. We want to play it safe. We want to be in the middle. And that's where we get stuck. Middle management. Just a little bit of success, but not the level that we really want and desire. And as a result of that, we're also not really that powerful in our relationships. If you've been married for a number of years and you've settled and you got the dad bod, you're exhausted and you come home after work and your wife says, "What do you want for dinner?" And you say, "I don't know. What do you want for dinner?" And she says, "I'm asking you, what do you want for dinner?" And you say, "I really don't know what I want for dinner." And it goes on and on. You're not creating a lot of sexual energy in your relationship. And I'm guilty of this. It's something I think we all struggle with. But if you want to become sexy to your partner, I think the first place you can do is start with making decisions. Start with being a decider. Start with creating leadership in your own home environment, creating a space that she can trust. Because if she can trust you to make decisions, then she's going to trust you with everything else in her world. But it starts with you have to make decisions. Now, why don't we do that? We don't do that because we're afraid we're going to piss her off. We're afraid we're going to make the wrong decision. How many times have we made a decision and it's been the wrong decision? How many times have we made a decision and she's been mad and upset with us for that? So what do? I'm just going to crawl into my man cave. I'm going to get the remote out and I'm going to kick the lazy boy back and drink soda pop and eat popcorn. Hate to tell you, but that's not sexy. What is sexy is a man who knows what he wants and goes after it. Think about the guys that are the thought leaderships, the Alex Hermosis, the Gary V's, these guys, they are all in leadership positions. And one of the things that you see with them over and over again is that they make decisions. They make decisions. They don't take shit. They go. They know exactly what they want and they head straight into it. But so many of the guys that I work with are so ambivalent. They're so wishy-washy that they have no spine. And when they have no spine, because they don't know what they want, because they're afraid of making a wrong decision, because they're afraid that they're going to disappoint people or that they're going to get rejected, they just become the sort of affable, nice guy. Think about that. The floppy guy that's in front of stores, like Better Call Saul, the guy that's the little blow up thing. This is like floating in the wind, right? This guy right here. That's what most of us guys are like. We're just floating in the wind, just like waiting for things to happen, got a big goofy smile on our face, and then we wonder why she won't have sex with us. And I gotta tell you, there is nothing more painful than sitting with somebody who won't make a decision. In my coaching business, this happens a lot. I work with guys and we're talking about the things that they want. And I'll ask them, "What is it that you want?" And they'll be like, "I don't know what I really want." Like, I don't want everything to be, easy and fun. And I just don't really want to have to do a lot of work or anything like that. I just want her to be happy all the time. And I just want to sit on the couch and eat Hershey's chocolates and, play my video games while she's dancing around the house in her negligee. Yeah, it's great fantasy, but not going to happen. And the reason it's not going to happen is because she can't trust that. And if she can't trust that, she's not going to fuck that. And the way that you develop trust is consistency and by making decisions. Now, I get it. Sometimes we're terrified of making the wrong decision. We're afraid of getting stuck. And that's not a big deal because the good thing is that you can pivot, you can make decisions. Sometimes I'm working with a guy and he's trying to decide whether he wants to stay in a relationship or not. Or he's trying to decide if he wants to stay in his career, or he's trying to decide what he wants to do with his life. And when he sits there in this ambivalence, just spineless, I gotta tell you, I don't feel a lot of respect for the guy. I don't feel a lot of hope for him. And sometimes I just want to grab him around the neck and just say, make a decision, man. Make a decision. Even if it's the wrong one, it's better than staying stuck. But so many of us are afraid of making the wrong decisions. And when we're stuck, we're weak. And when we're weak, she can't trust us. Here are a couple ways in which you can start to make decisions. The first one is deciding that you're going to set the tone of every situation. Have you ever walked into a room and there's a lot of chaos going on? Maybe the kids are yelling and the TV's on and your wife's trying to make dinner and there's just this chaos, right? And you walk into it and the first thing you want to do is just walk back out. That's because you're not setting the tone. You can come in and use your command of presence to be able to say, whoa, hold on, everybody. Daddy's home. Let's turn off the TV. Let's take a minute. Go over to the wife, give her a kiss and a hug, go over and play with the kids for a minute. You set the tone. You are the leader of the tone that is set in your house. You're the leader of the culture that's created in your home. So if you're not making the decisions, if you're not taking the lead and setting the tone, again, it's not sexy. What is sexy is when you come in and you command, not authoritatively, not dominantly, not ragefully, you're not a dick, but you come in and you're like, hey guys, come here. Setting the tone is the first thing that you can do. You have to decide what's the tone that you want to set. Do you want it to be fun and playful? Do you want it to be low and slow? Do you want it to be matter of fact? You decide. Before you walk into a room, you decide what the tone of the room is going to be. The second thing you need to do is not be a dick. You want to invite collaboration. So when she says, what do you want for dinner? You say, I would love to have salmon and potatoes. And she says, we don't have salmon. Okay, I'll go get some. But the point is, you make a decision. You give her some direction. She's looking to you for that. She actually probably wants to please you. And so the reason she's asking, what do you want for dinner, is not her inability to decide, but it's her wanting to give you what it is that you want. But so many of us are afraid of making decisions. And because we don't know what we want, we put the decision back on her and we put her in the position of the masculine. And that's not where she wants to be. She wants to be in the position of the giving. You want to be a collaborator. Here's what I mean by that. A number of years ago, my wife and I were going to go out on a date. And she said, where are we going to go? And I said, I'd like to go out to Mexican tonight. We got in the car and we started driving towards the Mexican restaurant. And this is one of our favorite restaurants. And as we started to go that direction, she says, I don't really want Mexican. And I said, okay, what do you want? And she says, I don't know what I want. And I said, okay, do you want Thai food? No, I don't want Thai food. Do you want Italian? No, I don't want Italian. Well, what would you like? I don't really know. So I said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start heading towards the Mexican restaurant. And if you think of someplace you would rather go before we get there, you let me know. But if you don't think of a place, then we'll just go to the Mexican restaurant. And this was my way of collaborating with her. I wasn't being a jerk. I wasn't like, no, you can't decide, so we're going to go to the Mexican restaurant. To sum this all up, learn to be the decider in your relationship. Learn to set the tone, to take the lead, to collaborate, and ultimately become a sex machine of the decision maker. I hope this was helpful. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe, and share it. I really appreciate everybody who subscribes to this channel. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.